Hello and welcome to Leica Review. Today I'm going to be talking mostly about a new set of lenses that are coming out from Panasonic with the name brand Leica, and these are Leica DG SUMMILUX lenses, and they are extremely sharp and very well made. But are they really Leica lenses? And these are the things that I want to discuss and tell you about the benefits of owning such lenses and some of the shortcomings that come with these lenses. Now, first of all, Micro Four Thirds system is a totally different system than that is what Leica uses. Leica has full frame sensors on their cameras, and they also have medium format. Of course, they produce APS-C type of sensor cameras as well, like the Leica T or Leica TL. But this is Micro Four Thirds, which is about half the size of a full frame sensor. So what happens is when you have a lens like this one here, the 25mm Leica DG Panasonic, this will give you a 50mm equivalent. And this lens is a very special lens because it is very sharp, it's very fast, and it has some of the best characteristics for a Micro Four Thirds lens. Now, as you may know, if you're a Micro Four Thirds shooter, that there is a lot of competition in the area. For example, Metacon and other companies have been producing lenses that are extremely sharp and extremely fast, but yet Leica, although they are higher price, are still their favorite lenses in the market. And I use these lenses for a lot of shoots because they are compact and light. In fact, this lens weighs only 200 grams. And 200 grams, if you consider that it is a 50mm lens equivalent, is rather light. In fact, it is as light as some of the Leica lenses like the SUMMILUX 50mm that is used for Leica M. Now, what is special about this lens is that it has some of the best characteristics that has been used in advanced lenses, like the nano coatings that has been applied to reduce ghosting and flare, and also reduce a chromatic aberration. But if you read the articles written about this lens and introductory information about this lens, you'll say Panasonic's nano surface coatings. So it is not actually Leica's coatings, it is Panasonic's. But they do have Leica name written on them, and Panasonic pays them a premium price to use that name. Yet I believe they share equal technologies in construction of these lenses, and these lenses are very well made. First of all, the exterior of the body is very solid, the lens structure seems solid, and it is mostly very good in terms of using outdoors. Some lenses that are being produced from the Panasonic under the name of Leica, they are weather sealed. Some lenses are not. This is not weather sealed, but it is very well made and it is very solid. Now, several things I will tell you. It is a very well made lens with 9 elements in 7 groups, and that makes this lens a very special lens because it is a well structured lens to reduce as much of the distortion as possible. Another thing to notice is that it has 7 aperture blades. Now, in the brochures, if you read them, it will say circular aperture. But I find that anything under 9 blades is not the best for using for filming. It does not provide as round bokeh. If you want to get a true bokeh, I would recommend 9 blades. But this only comes in 7. I haven't seen anyone complain about it yet, but I have seen it wide open, and if you shoot it at night, you will get some of that octagon shape bokeh that comes in, or a septagon. But this lens will give you a very sharp image. Now, some of the shortcomings I will talk about. First of all, you see this aperture blades. The aperture is controlled as you would have in the manual lenses from the top of the lens. This goes from f1.4 to f16, and it has the A, which means automatic. Now, if you are trying to operate this, it does not operate it mechanically. It just transmits the information that whatever you set on the aperture into the camera, telling the camera to turn the aperture blades into the correct number. So if you put it at f1.4 and you shoot it at f1.4, if you set this lens at f5.6, it will not turn the aperture aperture blades. It has to be done while it is on the camera. So it's one thing that I prefer, that it was mechanical, because it's more reliable and it's more solid. And also, this lens is used to shoot when it's with automatic setting. Automatic setting, you put it onto A, and that's how these lenses are meant to be used. And most people who are new to filming or are just experimenting in filming, they use these lenses with autofocus tracking. With the GH5 that has come out, this is a very good lens to use for that purpose. If you are going to use, however, follow focus, which is the gearing at 0.8, this lens has no hard stop. So that means it turns and turns and turns, and you would not know where it ends or where it begins. So that makes it a little difficult if you are trying to nail focus. And I would have wanted this lens to have a hard stop, so you would know the beginning and the end. And if you're doing infinity kind of focus, and if you're going to use this lens at night, for example, to shoot stars and everything, this lens, you will not know that you have reached the infinity point at the very end of the turn. So this is one of the reasons this lens should have had a hard stop at the end and the beginning. But regardless, it's a very well made lens. And another thing I do like about this is it has 46mm front thread, so you can put basically attach any kind of filter to use with this, because during daytime when the lighting conditions are good, it is almost impossible to use this lens wide open. So it will require some ND filters, and probably it's a good idea to use a polarizing filter to get the most effects and reduce as much of the glare that happens when you are in high-lit circumstances. Beyond that, if you are in the market to buy a lens to use with your GH5, GH4, any other lens in the Micro Four Thirds build, this lens is one of the first lenses I will get. The other lens, which I will talk soon about, is the 12mm Leica, and that's also sold under the Panasonic brand. And those two lenses are the main lenses that I would get in the first bit. Now, Panasonic also produces lenses under its own name. It's called Lumix series. And these Lumix series, they have 15mm, 20mm. Those are kind of odd numbers if you think about it, because 15mm is equivalent to 30mm in 35mm setup, and the 20mm will come out to 40. So those are not the exact numbers. I do not know why they have not collaborated to produce a 17.5mm lens, which will give you a 35, nor have they tried to do a 14mm, which will give you a 28mm. Having said that, these two lenses, the 25 and the 12, are great lenses, and those are the lenses I feel that they are worth investing in. Now, if you have any questions about these lenses and how I use them, you can check out my website and our website at leicareview.com. Now, if you have any questions about how to use these lenses, I did extensive reviews on our other channel, which I will provide a link in the description section below. And I will also be covering the other lenses that are made with the Leica brand and sold under Panasonic, and explain the merits and the shortcomings of these lenses. Now, if you do like this review, please hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and if you would like to comment, please comment. I will try to answer any questions you may have, and I hope you come to watch us next week, and I thank you for watching.